GF, 26F, is blaming me, 26M, for her weight. My girlfriend, over the past 4.5 years or so, has put on a lot of weight, and as the years went on, it got more and more rapid. My approach was to stay quiet, only bring it up if she did. I didn't want that argument. I figured it'd be a lose-lose for me no matter what I said. This past weekend, her best friend from college flew in with her boyfriend. The four of us had dinner and her friend wanted a picture of just her and my GF, so I took that. In the ride home, she freaked out, told me how big she looked and how out of shape she looked. Once we got back to our place, she weighed herself and just made herself more upset. I tried to get her to calm down and to talk through this with me. She opted instead to interrogate me and ask why I never stepped in. Why I never brought up her weight. Why I wasn't concerned with her well-being, her words. I told her I wasn't going to get into this with her and I went to bed. It's been awkward ever since. How can I fix this? This isn't for you to fix. You didn't do anything wrong. She needs to see a therapist for this. So she never noticed her clothes not fitting like they used to and never noticed that she had to buy new clothes a size bigger? She needs to take an honest look at herself and quit blaming others for her own actions. I agree with the therapy advice. You can't. This is up to her to fix. You can say you've been concerned because the weight may be a sign of another problem: health, depression, trauma. You can say that you love her and all you want for her is to be happy, healthy and by your side. You didn't do anything wrong. It's her body. She has working eyes and a mirror. This is not a blame game. She knew she was gaining weight. She's just projecting her frustration out on you like that's somehow your fault. You can't fix it. She has to accept her weight as her issue. Update. My boyfriend threatened all of my guy friends. I finally had the talk with my boyfriend for what he did. Please check the first post for context. When he came to our apartment after gym, I told him that what he did was wrong and really unnecessary, and to top it off was really immature in his part. He had a very embarrassed look on his face and said that he knows that, but he just wanted to make it clear to every single guy that I wasn't just some piece of meat they could take whenever they felt like it. I was confused on why he would think like that for my friends, and does he think that I will cheat on him? He told me that he knows with certainty that I'll never do something like that, and that he sees the way some of them look at me and how Jake is constantly talking and telling other people how badly he wants me, and he wouldn't mind even drugging me to get what he wants. Honestly, I was shocked when he said that, and I thought he was making it up until he showed me texts of Jake texting another friend about me like that. My boyfriend said that he told one of his friends who is a close friend of Jake to bring a conversation about me, and he showed my boyfriend the result. I just sat there reading the texts, horrified how he could talk and want to do something like that. My boyfriend was just sitting there and I could see he was trying to hold back tears. He's never ever cried before me or appeared sad in any way till now. When I saw him in that condition, it felt like my heart sank. I immediately went to comfort him and told him is that what he was holding till now, and he finally told me everything about his past. His father was a very abusive person who constantly cheated on his wife and beat him and his mother, and my boyfriend would always get blamed for everything even if he didn't do it. The true reason they were separated is because when my boyfriend was 17 he beat his dad so badly that he had to be taken to the hospital because he was threatening his wife with a knife and screaming how he is going to kill them both. This is why my boyfriend was hesitant to tell me, because he was afraid that I'll also blame him, which is why he resorts to violence and threats, because that's the only way people like them understand. He then broke down crying how he'd much sooner kill himself than hurt me or let anyone hurt me. I couldn't take it anymore and started crying too, and we both just cried and held each other until morning. In the morning we both decided what we're doing. I'm never speaking to Jake, and told everyone of the disgusting way he spoke about me, and now everyone is distancing themselves from him and to the other guys who are like him. My boyfriend also promised that from now on he's gonna work through his issues and he'll try to communicate and not act like that anymore. He also apologized to all those guy friends who were actually my friends, saying he was sorry for acting like a jerk to them. All of them understood where he was coming from, and it looks like everything has been settled. Peace. Me and my boyfriend would like to thank you all for the advices to have a talk together and work on ourselves. Both of us have been reading them, and my boyfriend is thankful that I had the courage to tell him less than 3. So, in summary, your boyfriend had the best of intentions that was backed up by a very real and very dangerous text exchange. But he handled it in about the worst way possible, given that he just confused and pissed off you and your non-creepy friends. I'm glad you two got it sorted out. As I haven't seen the original, it sounds to me like, yeah, he might have overreacted to some of the guys, but, yeah, for that Jake dude? You got a boyfriend that is taking your safety seriously. Keep that in mind. He saw a threat to you, the guy saying he drugged you so he could assault you, and moved to stop it. Having friends is fine. Toxicity needs to be removed. If friends are making inappropriate comments, actions, etc., not much of a friend are they. Not respecting boundaries, the relationship you're in, etc. You got a good one. He's shown that. Give him some slack and talk to him about motives, because as you see, he's got some good ones. My boyfriend, M24, doesn't walk me, F24, out to my car when it is dark out even though I ask him to. We have been together for 5 years and I eventually started going out to the casino with him once a week. We usually take our separate cars and meet each other there since we live 45 minutes away from each other and the casino is about halfway distance for the both of us. As a girl, I get uncomfortable walking outside alone when it gets dark out, so I always ask my boyfriend to walk me to my car when I'm ready to go. He usually stays a lot longer. Every time I ask, the answer is always no and I end up heading to my car alone in the dark. The area does have some sus-looking people too on occasion. What can I do to tell him that I would like to be walked out to my car by him when it is dark out, and by not doing so, it makes me feel sad and uncared for? You don't have to ask the right man twice. Stop going to the casino. If he wants to see you, he needs to take you out on a real date. He has gotten lazy because you drive halfway to meet him. I suggest you find someone else who is interested to date. I swear half the posts on this sub are, "My significant other is a turd sandwich. How to make them into a delicious risotto." You don't. He's a turd sandwich. If you don't want a turd sandwich, get therapy to understand why you settle for turd sandwiches, so you can stop doing that. Honestly, in my opinion, this is a dumpable offense. Not only is it selfish, it is completely inconsiderate of your safety. Does he even have a good reason to say no? If he really does love you, he would do whatever it takes to keep you safe. Just found out my wife went to a party at an addict's house. Throwaway for privacy. Context. I'm Trustin, 30M, and my wife Lily, 28F, have been married for 7 years. She recently had to use her vacation days separately from mine as we weren't able to make our different work schedules match. She traveled to our hometown to meet family and friends, and I'm doing the same a month later. I actually think it's good to have some alone time to unwind, so no issues there. The problem is, I'm now here in our hometown and went drinking with our friends in common last night. They started talking about how cool it is I'm back, and she was back, to visit them, and ended up mentioning they had fun at Verm's place. I didn't know Verm, so asked who he is, and it turns out to be he's an acquaintance of hers, and his place is used to get wasted on a variety of substances and to have sex. The guy's a mess and multiple friends confirmed that to be true. The fact she was there, and that people get wasted and have sex there on weekends. Our friends obviously thought I was cool about it, but I only got to know about it last night. I didn't confront her as I wanted to do it in person when I got back, but I guess I was visibly shocked enough that some of our friends told her I was informed about the situation. I woke up today to a bunch of missed calls, messages and audio clips. She was angry I was ignoring her, I was actually sleeping, and said our friends are liars. That she didn't mention she was there so as not to make me insecure, and that they only played some tabletop RPGs and she left before midnight. She says she only had 4 cans of beer and barely interacted with people there, but, again, I also got multiple friends telling me she smoked 2 joints and they had a blast. A random girl even mentioned, "Lily's so pretty. I wanted to make out with her too, but she's out my league." I'm pissed she lied to me, having cheated on me or not, and keeps lying. I have to admit, I don't have much confidence in my actions, so I'm afraid to have that one-on-one talk, and I end up letting this go only to regret it later. Should I just get into the house to grab my stuff and leave? Yay, all the friends got together to make sure they had their lie just right. Or she's lying. Which one? The fact that she's getting defensive and angry before you say anything, then getting angry that you won't believe her lies, does not bode well. She probably did cheat on you. Info. What are your friends saying? Have they said she cheated or only drank beer, smoked weed and had a blast? Are they only giving you partial information? Did you not interrogate, using that loosely, them for what exactly went down at the house? They didn't give you more information? Do they think you're in an open marriage? If she cheated, you'd think they'd mention she did something. This MF not very trustin'. What else have you lied to me about to protect me from myself? Weird that they told her and then she starts blowing your phone up. Almost as if she was trying to get to you before something else did.